As a public service to its listeners, the Ron Van Dam Show would like to remind you, don't be a douchebag. And to help you with that, here's a jingle.
Listen to me, I'm talking to you. Don't be a douchebag, it's easy to do. Just don't be a douchebag.
Ron Van Dam is an experienced talk show host. Do not attempt to try this at home.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Don't be a douchebag. Seriously, it's getting to be too much. Cut it out. Hey, welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. Thank you for being here. Make yourself comfortable. I'll take it from here. You just sit down and shut up, and I'll talk to you for half an hour with information and all kinds of things. It's pretty cool, really, when you stop and think about it, but people don't stop and think about it enough. Okay, that's enough. Speaking of douchebags, and I use the term lovingly, what's with this reflection pool, this reflecting pool? What the hell is that? There's a large pool that's between a couple of monuments in Washington, D.C. It's a very large, long pool. And what happened, well, July 4th is coming up, which apparently is a big deal. As I understand it, something to do with the country. I don't even know. Anyway, it's the 250th anniversary of something. Too many candles to put on a cake, but at the same time, oh, this is something. So what the president decided to do was to clean up the reflecting pool. And he has great knowledge in this because in all his estates and mansions, he has a pool boy. And the pool looks pretty good. So he figured, okay, fine. We'll clean up the reflecting pool. The pool was dirty, had algae in it. It was just a mess. So he hires his company. By the way, the company that he hired was a guy that he knew. This is the president, and it's a big country. And at the same time, they hire, I know a guy. I know a guy, he does pools. I'll call him. This is what the hell are you doing? Giving contracts to your pool boy. Anyway, so they did that. And apparently this pool company cleaned up the reflecting pool, put a new lining down, painted it, the whole bit, cleaned it so it was nice and clear and wonderful and blue looking because of the lining. And apparently this lining started to disintegrate. And the lining started peeling up and floating to the top, and I don't think that a reflecting pool is supposed to be peelable. I don't think that's one of the qualities of a reflecting pool. I know every once in a while I'll go to a hotel and I find the pool starting to peel, and I'll just peel myself a little piece of it and go home. Stupid. It's just stupid. Anyway, the reflecting pool started disintegrating very, very quickly, formed algae, started turning green. Just a big mess. So Trump apparently said, "Hey, who was what was the company that made this mess?" Oh yeah, that was the person that I recommended. Anyway, as this president guy never takes responsibility for anything, because he was touting that this would be like this beautiful reflection pool, this big and beautiful reflection pool bill would be the centerpiece of so that didn't work out. But he never takes responsibility for anything at all. He blames it on other people. He creates a mess, tries to clean it up, and then blames the people that it doesn't work out with. It's just, you remind me of this guy in high school that I thought was an asshole. Anyway, what Trump does is he claims, well, it was vandalism. People were vandalizing the big, beautiful pool. and they have this. I guess the peeling was starting to go to the top, and some people said, "Oh, look at this," and they checked and said, "Well, look at this," and then they said, "Oh, you're vandalizing the pool." No, I'm not. I'm just looking at the stuff floating to the top, and what are you talking about? I'm trying to clean it up for you is what I'm trying to do. So they arrest people that are saying that they vandalized. The reason that the pool is now a mess as a result is vandalism. So they're arresting people. They want to give them the highest form of penalty and punishment would be 10 years in jail for vandalizing public property. And this president, Trump, is it? Trump? He said, and I want the full extent of the law to penalize these people, 10 years in jail. You know what immediately conjured up in my head was people who, in a more violent fashion, vandalized the Capitol building. Do you remember that? That little tour group, apparently, that vandalized the Capitol, started running through the halls and throwing stuff all over and destroying and threatening to kill people, and started hitting police officers and smashed things and smashed windows of the Capitol building. Those people, Trump says, no, they just got into the moment, and I'm going to pardon all of them. Okay, so you pardon people and you let them go for vandalizing the Capitol violently as a mob on purpose. Those people you let go, but somebody was caught leaning over the pool because stuff was floating to the top. Those people need the full extent of the law. Something is rotten in Denmark, only it's not Denmark, it's in the reflecting pool. And you want me to celebrate the anniversary of this country when that's the way that you do things? That's just one small, ironic example of how screwed up this is. Don, just say, look, hired the contractors, they did a shitty job, I'm going to have them back and redo it. I'm sorry, I recommended them, but they're going to pay for it and they're going to take... No, the answer is, well, we're going to hire them back in, we're going to have to pay them all over again, it's a maintenance call, that's all it is, it's just a maintenance call. What you're doing is you're taking my brain and you're manipulating it into its fashion of a mess. You make no sense. Then I started reflecting in the reflecting pool. Don, here's what you must do. Get out of your White House, which you're also destroying, East Room by East Room. What's next? The West Wing being turned into a pickleball court? Is that the next thing? We're going to have UFC fighting on the lawn. How did that go? Another presidential assassination attempt? I mean, what the hell's going on here? What the hell's going on? Come on, man. Seriously. I don't recall any other presidents in our history having sports games conducted on the lawn. I don't, what is this UFC thing? What are you doing? Could you choose a sport that's more violent to display on your lawn? Anyway, I don't want to get into that. I thought that was like really freaking odd, but I don't want to get into that. Don, here's what you must do. Get out of the house and stand in front of the reflecting pool and look down into it and look at your image in the reflecting pool. You might have a moment there. You might have a special Pillsbury Doughboy moment. Just look in that pool, because reflecting pools are supposed to reflect your soul. Oh, okay. That's why that won't work. Anyway, no, it just pisses me off. It pisses me off that you want the full extent of the law for a vandal that didn't even vandalize, but you pardon those that destroy the Capitol building on purpose, violently, on tape, on camera, and those people you want to say, leave them alone. They just got excited. They were in the heat of the moment. That's all. They got overexcited. That's all. They got overheated. Let them go. As a matter of fact, let's pay them retribution money. Not only should we just let them go, but let's actually pay them for the destruction that they caused, and the vandalism and the aggression and actually attacking police officers and causing great bodily harm. Pay them for that. What the hell? What the hell is going on? Now I turn my attention to the Supreme Court. What the hell's going on with you guys and girls? Well, see, these days we call girls guys as well. Women wanted their identity as women, but now they say, well, you can use the generic term guys on us. Did you ever walk into a room and it's all women, and the women will come into the room where there's other women and say, hey, guys, how you doing? They're not guys. These are women. They're if you want to use the term, call them gals, which is really not a term people use anymore. But don't call women guys as well. I know the bathrooms are labeled the same now, but you don't have to call women guys. I mean, why not walk in a room where there's a bunch of guys and call them girls? Hey, girls, how are you? What I mean, we're all guys. We're using a generic term. You're all girls now. What's up with that? Anyway, the Supreme Court. What's happening with you people? Don't you understand? You don't give the President of the United States, no matter who that president may be, you don't give him total immunity from everything. You mean that this guy could actually commit incredible war crimes? That would... Oh, okay, maybe he did. Could commit war crimes or treason or anything like that. But yet, well, can't do anything. He's the president. No, he's a human being, or she. That person is a human being. They're a citizen that has indeed been voted into the White House in a particular position. But they're still a human being. They're still a citizen. You're supposed to represent us. But that doesn't make you not responsible for the law, to be responsible just like me, just like you. That was a weird decision. I mean, the abortion thing, whatever side you're on, fine, have a nice day. But giving total immunity to a president, to a person in this country? Oh, no. And then you got to wonder, well, who did I give immunity to? It's probably still a moral person who would never abuse the powers of a position like that. You gave it to the poster boy for that is what you did. Oh, my God. Supreme Court should never, ever, ever be a political situation where a president should be able to just appoint the people. I mean, you wait till they die, obviously, or they retire, but you don't replace them with your people so that you can do things your way. This isn't Burger King. There is a king involved, but it ain't Burger King. I'm sorry, usually I don't like to get political on this show, but every once in a while my gas tank gets full. Oh, don't start me with the gas tank. Oh, boy. Every once in a while my parking garage gets full. Every once in a while my tolerance level is filled to the top of intolerance. Every once in a while. I don't know. I'd like to have a gathering of human beings who like to make sense of things, who want to have a better life, a peaceful life where they can simply exist. And I don't understand why the people in this country put up with this crap. I don't understand why you put up with this crap. Do you know what our problem is in this country? Politically, we don't have an independent party that's strong enough to ever win an election. And by independence, I mean people in the middle. Let's call it the middle party. If you can't be extreme left, you can't be extreme right, because that doesn't ever seem to work out. Those people always lose. I mean, they push for what they believe in, but at the same time, it's a little much, babe. It's a little much. Temper it down a bit, because this is a country of people with all different ideological things going on, all different religions, all different backgrounds. It's a kind of melting pot here, you know, as other countries are too. So you can't go too far left. You can't go too far right. Staying in the middle. It's like the Goldilocks thing, you know? Oh, the bed was too hard. The bed was so soft. Oh, the bed is just right. Do you know why? Because it wasn't too hard and it wasn't too soft. That's why the bed worked out. How's your porridge, Goldilocks? It's really too hot. They told me not to touch the plate, but I didn't. I burned my fingers. It's too hot. How about this porridge? It's cold. It's cold. You're not supposed to have cold porridge. It's disgusting. How's this porridge? Just right. We need something to make our porridge better here. So if you find a party that's in the middle, where it's not too right, not too left, kind of just in the middle, then things would be pretty cool. At least we would start in the middle. Our base would be in the middle, and then you can fluctuate to the left and to the right, depending on, you know, what the temperature of your country is, how hot it is outside or something. But you fluctuate left and right, but you start in the middle. We're not starting in the middle. We're starting on the fringes on both sides. Does it take an Einstein, a mathematician, to figure out why this doesn't work very well? There should be a party that is a middle party, and that should be the most popular party that there is. I don't know that I call it a party. I don't find it that much fun. This is the Democratic Party, the Republican Party. I mean, these aren't parties. I've been to parties. There's cake. There's people having a good time, getting along, wearing funny hats, you know, those little pointed hats, you know, and that's what a party is, you know, maybe a couple of drinks, whatever. You know, these are not parties. These are far from parties as far as I'm concerned. I would call them a party. Ain't no party. No party going on here. Party less. But if there was a middle party, we'd have a good base. But yet we can't allow it because these Democrat and Republican, the left and the right things, you need money to win, you see. You don't need theory or sense or anything like that. You just need money. I think that was demonstrated in the prior election and many elections prior to that. Those that have the most money, raise the most money, put the most money into it to advertising, campaigning, they win. They win. I saw a political commercial on TV this morning for some guy in some state. I think it was, I don't know, something. This guy who's running for a state office and the crux of his political commercial that ran about 30 seconds was that this guy was a wonderful, respected family man. Okay, what are his views on things? Doesn't matter. He's a respected family man. Does he believe in putting people in jail if they're leaning over a reflecting pool? Doesn't matter what he believes in. Doesn't matter. Does his thoughts and beliefs and how he's going to run anything. That doesn't matter. He's a good family man. Oh, okay. I thought the bar was low before. And the president now, he isn't even a great family man. So why is this a requirement? We'll never have a party that's in the middle. It'll never happen because of the money that's poured into the two extremes. I don't know. Just a thought. Maybe what the president needs to do and what many of us need to do is to stand at the edge of that reflecting pool and stare into the pool itself and look at yourself in the reflecting pool. Problem is, if the president did that right now, all he would see was algae and plastic lining paint floating to the top. There's no reflection going on there. Never has been. Never will. Okay. I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to have a guest. But until then, there's this.
I wanted to learn more about who I am and where I come from. You know, my family history.
I've always been curious about my genetic background. What makes me, me?
I needed to know myself better, and now I do, thanks to Who Is I?
Who Is I is the genetic ancestry testing kit you can use right in your own home. Using state-of-the-art technology from 30 years ago, Who Is I's patent-pending genetic testing protocols have been proven to be 96% accurate in up to 14% of tests, with a highly acceptable 7 to 10% margin of error. In today's market, there is no other ancestry test this accurate that's also called Who Is I.
My Who Is I test told me that I'm 79% Italian, 12% Tasmanian, and 6% Oldsmobile. It was so easy.
Who Is I says I'm 18% New Jerseyan, 42% French toast, and 16% unidentifiable goo. That's so good to know.
With one simple nasal swab test, plus a fingernail, elbow skin, half ounce of toe sweat, quarter pint of blood or mucus, and 3 drops of fluid from your left eye, Who Is I maps your genetic markers as accurately as a slightly out-of-date road atlas.
I had suspected for a long time that I'm descended from the lizard people of planet Zargon. Now, thanks to Who Is I know I'm actually from Flugamir 7 in the Andromeda system. Plus, I'm 3% Arapaho and 6% slightly used paper products.
Your Who Is I results will tell you not just about yourself, but your whole family tree as well, with just one simple test.
I always wondered about my ancestors. Now I know that my great-great-grandfather was a bicycle tire. Thanks, Who Is I?
Who Is I Home Genetic Ancestry Testing. It's time to get to know yourself better.
Christina Sauer joins us now. She is involved with National Geographic Kids, and this is a new one. This is Why the Human Body, which is fascinating. We should know about our human bodies here. Let me say off the top, thanks for being here, first of all, and secondly, National Geographic Kids, I don't buy it. I think it's National Geographic Everybody, because every time I talk to National Geographic Kids, it's a book that I want. So it doesn't really, but that's okay. You can call it what you want.
Oh, I love that. Well, and honestly, we're all kids at heart, to be fair. We all love still that sense of curiosity and learning, which is kind of the what's the heart of our brand. So with Why the Human Body, this book is the sister to a larger book called Why, and it's over 1,111 answers to everything. And we had such success with that book, and one of the chapters was on the human body, that we thought, why not make it even more in-depth and go into more subjects that kids love. So these are just broken down into 5 like your body parts.
Yeah.
To tell kids everything they need to know, from anatomy to something that's growth and the future of their bodies.
It's great. I mean, it's every parent's dream, because they don't know the answer to these questions that their kids are asking. So now,
honestly, that's how I felt too. I was like, this is the perfect book for when that your kid or your student comes to you and says, "Hey, why is this way?" Or like, "What are scabs? Why do I throw up?" And you don't know the answer, or you've been told. We do some Mythbusters. You've been told something like, our entire lives, that your tongue, you can taste different taste on different parts of your tongue, and they're like, no, actually, you can't. Your tongue, you can taste everything from sour to sweet all over your tongue.
Yeah, it's amazing. When I was a little kid, the only thing I picked up about my human body somehow, and I had heard it from somebody else, that there are living things in my eyelashes and in my eyebrows. It freaked me out. And it's kind of the last question I ever asked about my body. Do you know if is that true? Are there things living in our eyebrows and things like that?
It's funny because as humans, you think, oh, we are isolated, we're by ourselves,
Yes.
we are the only living thing on our body. But everything from our eyelashes to even our gut, I think we're learning more about like our GI tract and that there are bacteria, and these aren't bad things, and they live inside of us and they do the things they need to do so that we can survive.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of it gets a little creepy because you don't really don't expect that. Or is our existence? Are we living on somebody's eyebrows?
Fortunately, that I can tell you with absolute certainty we are not. But that would be a sci-fi film.
Yeah. Why is our blood red?
Yeah, so it's funny because this is a question I remember having as a kid, and many adults too, because there's this thought that when you look at your veins or your arteries on your arms or parts of your body, they look blue or green. So you assume that that's the color of your blood, and that's just the color of your vein or artery. Inside is composed of lots of different blood cells, and in those blood cells is this thing called hemoglobin, and hemoglobin just happens to be red. So that's why we have red blood. But not all animals actually have red blood. We do see some things like octopus will have blue blood. And same reason, whatever the blood cells are composed of, you're going to see that color shine through.
Wow. Give me a couple of other examples of things that we probably didn't know about ourselves.
Oh, absolutely. So one of the things when we were talking about those eyelashes and eyebrows, sometimes we also wonder, why do we even have them? For eyebrows, sometimes we see in animation, we use them a lot for like expressions, which is what they do. They do tell us a lot about how you're feeling, or we can interact just with our eyebrows. But the truth is what they were there for is to block sunlight and direct sweat and rain from your eyes.
Oh.
And if you think about it, it makes sense, right? You're like, oh, wait, that's why it kind of lots of condensation shows up when I'm sweating, or if it's like really rainy and it directs around it. And your eyelashes are simply there to keep the dust and dirt and water out of your eyes.
Wow. Incredible. And the nose, right? The nose is also a filtration system, right?
Yeah, and those have little hairs too. So they kind of operate very similarly. And a lot of the hairs, especially inside our ears and nose and on the outside of our eyes, do all the same. Our body's very smart. It knows, okay, this is how I need to keep things out. If it gets past it, I have a reaction, like a sneeze, to send out that. There's also, throwing up, right? You think, oh, I get this bug and that's why I throw up. Your body actually can naturally just vomit because it's trying to expel anything that's inside your body that's not supposed to be there. It's always trying to protect you.
That I get. Not that I do it all the time. I understand it. Okay.
No, but it makes sense. But our body's natural function is to protect it. So even things that you and I don't think about, like when we eat a sour lemon, we like pucker up immediately, and we think that's just because it's a lemon and it's sour. And it's actually because our bodies don't know the difference between extreme acidic foods and very just normal, healthy, or not dangerous foods. So instantly they will always pucker. And so sometimes even when you see a lemon, because you've had that response before, your body already tenses up.
Interesting. Wow. I guess to me the most fascinating part of the body is the brain. It's just unimaginable. I guess you have to be a scientist or some kind of medical whiz to understand what's going on up there. But with all the electronic impulses and brains, that's amazing to me. I assume that this is covered in the book as well.
Oh, we have a whole section on the brain. We talk about why is the brain so wrinkly, why does music make me move, and why do I get excited when I hear music? And even what the brain is made of, but actually it's made of a lot of fat, which many people don't know. Yeah, it is. And it weighs about 3 pounds, which is massive.
Okay.
we also talk about, like you say, all of those reactions between it and those electrons that are happening.
Yeah.
The reason why our brains are so wrinkly is simply that surface area. If the more it wrinkles, the closer those parts of the brain are to each other, and more reactions can take place.
Wow. Okay, and some of well, go on, please.
Oh, no, I was going to say, and speaking of that, the reason why we also know that is the person that we know who had the most wrinkles, like more than any other human, was Albert Einstein.
Really? But you don't find that out until after.
yeah, you won't know if you're brilliant until
Hey, yeah, well, no one's going to tell you either, but other people will know, I guess. It's a fascinating book, and as I said, yeah, you can call it a kid's thing, but it's for everybody. It's great. I have the entire series because this is my learning mechanism, oddly enough. So if teachers in school were only like these books, I think life would be fascinating, and kids would just love to learn. Yeah, congratulations on this. The book's available everywhere, quite obviously.
Yes. Well, and thank you so much. We love to hear that people love our books. We enjoy making them, and we really love adding some quirky facts and activities, making it interactive and just fun, because that's the reality is all of these things are fun to learn about because we experience them every day. Well, and yes, you can get these books wherever books are sold.
Cool. Is there a website where we can find out all the books that are available through this?
Yeah, so we sell into many different markets, so anywhere from your Barnes & Noble or Amazon. Right. You also could go on Shop Disney, has a lot of our books as well. Okay, or just Google National Geographic Kids, and it's probably all over the place. Okay. Oh, and they'll pop up immediately. Yep. Yes, I'm sure it will. It's great. I mean, and the other thing that we didn't talk about, but is really the biggest point to me when we talk about National Geographic Kids, is it's a bonding mechanism between kids and their parents. If you do this with them and go through the book with them, these are moments that you can actually share, and that's kind of what it's all about. Okay. Oh, it really is. All right. Hey, you've been a pleasure. I always enjoy speaking to you. Thank you so much, Christina. Hey, thank you to my guests, and thank you to you. I'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode. Will you join me then? He said rhetorically, knowing that I can't hear you even if you did respond. But until that time arrives, don't be a douchebag, and I wish you peace.